Good evening, Wednesday night OWCP chats. This is Chris, and what's happening here? All right, it's awesome. I can't see myself. Let's see if you can see me. There I am. Hey, so my co-pilot's out tonight. She's sick, and so you're stuck with just me. Tonight is OWCP Q&A. You ask your questions, I will answer them. I'm going to look at my phone to get the questions, so keep them coming, and or get them started coming. I'm not going to do any of the Q&A tonight, or Q&A, the housekeeping, because Jeannie's probably going to hopefully handle that in the background. So she'll share it all your pages, but I'd like you all to do the same, so share. All right, so normally when I am on doing this, I've got Gini answering my questions, but she's not here, so take it easy on me. If I miss your question, just repost it, because now I'm going to read them and answer them at the same time. So thanks for being here. Everyone hit the follow button, because if you hit the follow button, it will notify you every time we go live. And then hit the share button. More importantly than anything, hit the share button so that your friends and coworkers will know that this is something that's happening. It's going to be very important. I've been out teaching OWCP to the unions, and I want to give a special thank you to APWU, and I'd like to give them a hand, because above all the other unions, APWU has stepped up and said that you need more help, and they haven't shied away from asking. So I've had the opportunity to teach at a few places now with APW, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And we've gotten a really enthusiastic response from everyone. People are leaving the room, shaking hands, asking how they can get us to our their next local union meeting. So we will go to anybody's union meetings, that whether they're for the local, state conventions, area, regional, and yes, of course, national conventions. We want to be involved everywhere you are, because we know you're getting hurt and we want to be able to help. So again, tonight is Q&A. Normally I would have some books, but I don't have them because I was sort of scrambling at the end. If you want to get my books, go to breakingowcp.com. That's www.breakingowcp.com. I'd like it if you download the PDF version of each of the books and download them to your phone and save them to your phone, because the books won't fit in your pocket, but your phone will, and nobody leaves home without a phone. I mean, if you leave home without your phone, you're going to turn around, you're going to go home and get your phone and be late to work, but you're not leaving without your phone. So if you have it saved to your phone, you won't leave without the books either. So put Breaking OWCP in your pocket, go to breakingowcp.com, that is www.breakingowcp.com, and download the PDF of volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Breaking OWCP. So if you have any problems with that, send me a message and I'll help you with it. You can message us on Facebook. Some people struggle with the download because they get all the way to the end and they click the last button, and it's actually not the last button. There's another button below it that tells you to actually download, so don't forget to hit the last download button. 100% of the time when someone tells me that their book didn't download, it's because they didn't click the last button, at which point I can just email it to you. No problem. So go ahead and do that. Hit the download button. So breakingowcp.com. All right, so like I said, we were just in Jacksonville, Florida for the Florida APWU State Convention, and it was a lot of fun. There were a ton of people there. I was given about 3 hours to teach on the last morning until the end. Next time, I hope I will be able to start in the beginning, because it is exciting, and a lot of people missed it because they were going to other classes or they had to maybe cut out early. So for all of you that want us to come, let us go early. Early in the event, middle of the first day, before, after lunch, or whatever. But look, I'll take the very last thing if that's what you got. But the members will benefit a lot more when they're able to actually hear it. So, but it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of fun people. Some union reps that we hadn't met before in Florida, so that was great. And I think we made a lot of good friends. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully Jeannie's had an opportunity to share, and you have as well. And I'm going to start answering your questions. And if you don't have any, this is going to be short because it's just me. So I'm looking through your questions. I see a lot of people are watching. Thanks for being here. Still no questions. Still no questions. Okay, Sonia Summers. How far back can I submit my traveling expenses for my doctor's visits? I'm at least 2 years behind, but ready for big money refund from DOL. Well, Sonia, you're in luck. You can go all the way back to day one as long as your claim is accepted. Your travel expenses are reimbursed on an OWCP 957 form. All forms that we discussed tonight can be found at federalinjurycenters.com. It's that logo.com. We have an OWCP forms tab. So you fill out your 957 forms, attach your documentation to it, proving where you were, where you drove to, how many miles it was, and then you can be reimbursed all the way back to day one as long as your claim is accepted. And that goes for all benefits. Nothing is available to you until your claim gets accepted. And that's so important, and that's why my classes that I'm teaching now are really kind of geared towards getting your claims accepted, because without an accepted claim, there's really nothing else that matters. Okay, should you file the CA2 before seeing the doctor? Okay, so the CA10 is called What a Federal Employee Should Do When Injured at Work, and it says the first step is report the supervisor as soon as possible. So the soonest possible time to report is the very second you know you have an injury. And so I would recommend reporting your injury right away, even before you go see the doctor. And then you can go see the doctor like immediately following that. But definitely report now. The soonest possible time to do anything is now. Hey, Jerry. Nice to see you here. Jerry said make sure you e-comp proof that you were at the doctor's office on those dates, but mail in your OWCP 957 forms. So what Jerry's saying is the documentation. Get your doctors to prove, give you a printout of your appointments, show that you were there, so that you can prove that you're actually at a medical-related appointment. Let's see. Nick Wayne, I injured my shoulder. Should I have to pay for anything up front? Been to the ortho and physical therapy. I've had to pay for everything with private insurance. Nick, so that happens every single time someone doesn't find an OWCP doctor like our doctors are. And again, if some of you are new, you're not here for me to sell Federal Injury Centers to you. If when I'm done teaching this, you still think you should go to the doctor that takes money from you, then you should go there. But I think that all this is going to make perfect sense to you as you hear it. So should you have to pay for anything up front? Absolutely not. OWCP should be your number one remedy, your only remedy for paying bills related to a work injury. So no, you shouldn't. You got to get your claim accepted, and once your claim is accepted, the doctor will get paid by OWCP. And the doctor has a year from the date it gets accepted to bill, so they're never going to lose the money. Anybody that asks you for money from your health insurance is just being lazy. Richard Cootie, 2 accepted conditions, left Florida 3 years ago to New Hampshire. Hard to find doctors until I found your office in Norwood. Left a couple messages, but no return calls yet. Richard, I assure you, you will be called tomorrow. Send us a message in the messenger that's attached to Facebook here, and let us know your phone number so we make sure that we've got the right number for you. I assure you that will not continue. You'll get a phone call tomorrow. Sorry about that, Richard. Wendy, case accepted and closed the same day. Letter of DOL states no future treatment required. Can I get my claim reopened? Yes, absolutely. That it was closed on the same day it was opened is silly. But that could be because it didn't hit the $1,500 mark. Don't worry about that. Just have your doctor continue to send their bills into OWCP and they'll automatically reopen it. Tammy Newman, hello. Say hi to Scott and your husband for me. Vincent, if I take Uber to my doctor and back again, can I fill out a 957 form to get reimbursed? Absolutely, Vincent. There's a place on there for like taxi and other. So just put Uber and attach your receipts. The cool thing about the Uber app is you can print the receipts out. So attach that. I recommend getting a printout of your doctor's appointment as well to prove you were actually there. Kim, a carrier in my office submitted her mileage from 2 years prior and it was denied. They said that you can only submit your mileage up until December 31st of the following year. Well, Kim, I challenged them to show me that rule in writing because nobody's read more of OWCP than I have, and I've never seen it. So have someone send me that rule, and I'll change my mind. But until then, I'm going to stick with someone else is an idiot, and it's not me. Victor, thanks Wednesday Night Chats. for the training last Friday in Florida. You're welcome, Victor. Thanks for having us there. Victor Sanchez is maybe the funnest guy I've ever met. Candy, I had an injury, then COVID-19 came about. How do I get on track again? Well, I'm not sure where you're at, Candy, but if you want to message us and give us your, the details of your situation, we can help you with that. That hit a lot of people, but if you reported your injury on time, you can probably go ahead and easily get that back up and running. Sorry. So I'm actually a little sick too, and Dr. Cooper jumped on here. So Dr. Cooper says, dude, you so need some Gini. Yeah, you think? I look like an idiot up here by myself. I didn't realize till like last minute she wasn't going to be on. But, you just do what you got to do. So, yeah, I need some Gini. That is true in so many different ways. So Dr. Cooper's on, and he is in Atlanta in Forest Park, Georgia. He can see the airplanes landing from his office. And Dr. Cooper comes on every week to say hello, to see what everyone's saying, and so he can sort of soak up what matters to you. So everyone say hi to Dr. Cooper. If you're in the Atlanta area or even close, hit him up because he is a fantastic doctor that is super motivated and highly trained to help OWCP. And thank you all for the laughter emojis. I really appreciate it. Haven't been made fun of in like 10 minutes. All right. Been seeing Dr. Hunt from Forest Park. Thank God I found you. I'll tell you what, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So Dr. Hunt is with Dr. Cooper in Forest Park, and I'm really happy that's working out for you, Mary. Thanks for saying that. Let's see what Jerry told me. Kim Davis, that is correct, but it's of the year accepted. So just got accepted for injury from 2 years ago. Then you have the 31st of that year. So in other words, what Jerry's saying is, yeah, but as long as you turn in your 957s within the year that you get it accepted, you can go all the way back to day one. So you can go all the way back to day one. And Jerry, I'd still like to see that rule too. So if you can find it, send it to me, because that will change sort of the language of how I teach this, because I like to be very precise in how I teach it. So thanks for that. And thank you too, Kim. Tabitha, I got injured April 18th, cannot get any medical care approved. COP ran out. Workers' comp is a joke. Okay. Yeah. How can I get better if nothing can get done medically? My doctor doesn't want to fill out the paperwork. I understand. I'm receiving no care prescribed. I sent a message to you guys for help and have received no call back. All right, that's two. This is going to get old soon. Tabitha, please message us your phone number, and we will call you back tomorrow. And I'm very sorry about that. You all have to imagine also, though, there's like, less than 10 of us and 3 million of you, so we may get behind on phone calls, but that's no excuse. Tabitha, I want to help you, and so I'll have someone call you back. Please message us your phone number, and we'll get right on it. Richard asked, should I bring all my previous doctor reports and OWCP files with me? Yes. And the office will pull out of there what they need and let you keep the rest. And actually, they'll copy what they need and give it all back to you. Let's see here. All right, Richard, call Emmy tomorrow. She put her phone number there. Thank you, Emmy. Nick, can someone please call me also? Everyone said to call you, and I did a few times. All right, look. Emmy, get Nick's phone number too, and tomorrow let's get a plan to not have more people say we're not calling him back. Let's see. Sonia, rub Jeannie's back, cook her dinner. Okay, I'm going to stop there. That was funny. All right, Wendy was seeing the Kaiser doctor for injuries. I'm sure that worked out good. DOL accepted 2 injuries, not the 4 injuries that were listed on my paperwork. I still need care, but would like to see one of your doctors in Virginia. Can I switch from Kaiser to Federal Injury Centers? Wendy, you can. All you got to do is check out our website, federalinjurycenters.com, look at the locations tab, and see if there's a doctor that makes sense to you. And you can go over there, and there are ways to change doctors if you want to. We never recommend that you change your doctor, but if it's what you want to do, we'll show you how to do it. Let's see. Dr. Suma. Michael Suma's on. Everyone say hi to Dr. Suma from Land O'Lakes, Florida. He's one of our newest doctors in Florida, and he's already crushing it. He's helping a lot of people, getting cases accepted. Land O'Lakes is in Pasco County. It's not far from where I'm at right now. If you're in Spring Hill or anywhere in the Pasco County area, give Dr. Suma a call. He listed his phone number there, 813-528-8000. That'll go directly to the office. Just like Dr. Cooper, Dr. Suma's here every week. So everyone say hi to Dr. Suma. Give him some love. Tabitha, thanks for leaving your number. We are definitely going to get a hold of you. Everyone else, don't call Tabitha. Leave her alone. Shirley, I had a back injury in 2016. I've reached my MMI several years back. My back and leg is getting worse. When I call my doctor, it's several months for an appointment. Can you go see another doctor? Shirley, I love the way you asked that question. You asked, can you go see another doctor? And the answer is yes, you can. Let's see. Looking for more questions. All right, here's a good one. Samara Marie. I have a coworker that had carpal tunnel surgery. She came back to work the same day as her surgery. I asked her why she didn't follow OWCP, and she said the supervisor told her it wasn't work-related. Okay, I'm going to stop there. No, let me just finish. I told her she could still file. That's correct, right? Doesn't she have 3 years? Yes. Okay, so first of all, yes, you have 3 years. Second of all, your supervisor doesn't have a medical license. They don't get to tell you it's not work-related. Lord, people, listen, you got to stop letting your supervisors push you around. Either they play dumb or they are dumb. Either way, if you go with what they tell you, bad things are going to happen. You have 3 years to report your injuries, and your supervisor does not have a medical license. But it's not too late. You can still get help, and every bit of money you paid out of your pocket can be reimbursed to you after your claim gets accepted. All right. Nick, Emmy said give her a call tomorrow. She listed her number. Sonia Summers. Hey, Dr. Suma. Showing love from Atlanta, Georgia. What's up, Sonia? Showing the love. Even Tammy agrees. Suma, great office, great people. Couldn't agree more. Damn, Suma, you're getting all kinds of love. Petra, I love Dr. Suma. Okay. All right. Everybody calm down a little bit. All right, what's Richard got to say here? One of my accepted condition is lower back and SA for lower extremities. I have issues with left knee and left foot. Is this a consequential injury claim? Richard, there's no way to know that without the doctor evaluating you. It's very possible that it is, but if it's not, that's not the end of the world because we can get any injury accepted that is legitimate. So don't worry about that. Just go to the doctor and tell your story, and you'll be okay. Even I can't answer that without hearing the full story. So hang in there. Don't worry. We'll definitely be able to take care of it. Okay, I'm at the end of questions. I mean, am I done already? You guys want me to go ahead and take a break? It's been 18 minutes. I'm getting tired. Okay, still no questions. All right, well, while I'm waiting on more questions, I'll tell you what's coming up next. So we're going to be in Orlando next week at a chiropractic convention recruiting doctors. Some of you are going to say, oh, no, chiropractors. My supervisor said I can't go to the chiropractor. Remember, your supervisor either is dumb or they're playing dumb. Don't worry about that. You can definitely go to a chiropractic office. Nobody knows the rules like I do. It's not a problem. Your biggest problem is that you can't find doctors that will take you at all. When you find a chiropractic office that will take you, rest assured there's an MD, a nurse practitioner, and or a PA in that same office. So we're going to be there doing that. And then the week after that, I know, don't feel sorry. Those of you that know me know this is awful for me. But the week after that, I'm going to be forced to go to Las Vegas and recruit more doctors at a convention there. So I'll be speaking at a doctor's convention, like 15 minutes, long enough to kind of explain what it is we're doing and why we need their help. And being that it is in Las Vegas, those of you out there come see us, I'm expecting to get lots of docs from that side of the country, which is great. And that's the reason we're going. Because if you've looked at our map lately, the middle and west side of our country is blank for the most part. So we're going to go there and hopefully be able to recruit some doctors. So in the next 2 weeks, that's what we're doing. We're sort of taking a break, not because we want to, but we're taking a break from union conventions because we just don't have any we're invited to over these next 2 weeks. But then after that, we got some more stuff coming up, so just stay tuned. Sue Boston wants to know, does Dr. Suma do schedule award evaluations? I'm not finding anyone. Sue, Dr. Suma is not yet trained. Give him a minute. He just got started, but he's got a colleague named Dr. Freed in St. Petersburg who is. So take a look at our website. It's called federalinjurycenters.com. There's a tab there that says Schedule Award Doctors, and Dr. Freed will be added to that by Friday. Really, we're going at the speed of my web guys. Are the chiropractors in Orlando and Colonial Drive? I'm going to have to let Gini answer that one. So Victor, why don't you go ahead and just text Gini separately on that to make sure she sees it. I'm not 100% sure where they're located. It's a new office and they're still training. Richard, I have all my files digitized since my 2 cases is extremely thick. No paper copies. Will this be a problem? Absolutely not. Bring us a flash drive. We're good to go. How do you make sure DOL stops missing documents? Okay, Kelly Colleen, that's a really good question. How do you make them stop missing documents? So what happens is when you upload something by eComp, you get what's called a DCN, and that stands for Document Control Number. And it's a number and it comes with an associated date and time. Make a note of all that stuff. And when your claims examiner says, I don't have that, say, yeah, you do. Check out this DCN. And if your claims examiner says, well, we don't use DCNs, we use ECNs, say, no problem. Check the ECN. It's the same number. As long as you make a note of those numbers, you'll be okay. Letitia, when should you get your doctor to do MMI? Letitia, MMI is a medical decision. You can't make your doctor do that. It is what it is when it happens. MMI stands for maximum medical improvement, and it is a medical thing. So when the doctor says, hey, Letitia, you're as good as you're ever going to get, you're now at MMI. So the best thing you can do is communicate with your doctor and let the doctor know that it's important to you that he or she communicate that to you. And the reason she's asking that is because you got to be at MMI before you get an impairment rating. When you get an impairment rating, you're eligible for a schedule award, potentially. And so MMI is sort of the key to unlocking the schedule award. Alicia, when looking up the location near me, is it a chiropractor office? I'm assuming these doctors are bodily injury. Okay, Alicia, all of our offices, except for one, are multidisciplinary. Well, they're all multidisciplinary, but they're all multidisciplinary with medical and chiropractic under the same roof. Those of you that are not in the healthcare industry, don't worry about it. You know, this is a very common thing for us, not necessarily for you. But we have chiropractic and medical in the same roof all the time. And so if you go to a chiropractic office and they have a medical doctor, you're good to go. Everything is good, so don't worry about it. Your supervisors, your nurse case managers may even tell you can't go there, but rest assured, they're wrong. You definitely can. You have the right to choose your own doctor, and your medical doctor will be at the chiropractor's office if you go to any of our offices. Matt, my surgery got denied. I had a phone consult with Dr. Hawkins. It went well if she can get it approved. Do you have orthopedic surgeons at your location? Okay, so we don't have orthopedic surgeons at our location, but all of our locations have orthopedic surgeons that they can refer to. So leave it to the doctor. And Dr. Hawkins is, she's got relationships with orthopedic surgeons. You won't have to worry about that. Her and Dr. Carey, the MD, will be able to get you referred over. Tammy, my FCE is being ignored by OWCP. Shame on them. They are acting like they haven't seen it yet. Maybe they haven't. I uploaded it in my file. My doctor still isn't filling out the CA-17 correctly. Can't wait until you put a doctor in the Pittsburgh area. Tammy, I can't wait till we put a doctor in the Pittsburgh area too, and I'm really sorry that's happening. The best thing I can suggest for your doctor in their CA-17 is do not leave the office till it's filled out correctly. Christine, any doctors coming to Buffalo or near there? The only one we've got right now is Manhattan, but we did meet a group that's got potential offices in all the boroughs plus up north, so hang in there. We're working on it, as we are all the areas of the country that don't have doctors. I mean, look, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be at 2 events recruiting doctors, and that is following 2 recent events where we recruited doctors. So on top of teaching you about OWCP, training doctors on OWCP, we're also recruiting doctors for you. So hang in there. I know it's a pain. Believe me. Tabitha, by the way, I'm located smack dab in the middle of the U.S., 20 miles from St. Louis, and no doctors around. Tell me about it. So I actually was in St. Louis last year trying to get a location for one of our existing offices, and it fell through. We were this close. So hang in there. I'm really sorry. We're aware St. Louis is a huge area that needs help. Erica, I have a right knee injury on limited duty. It's been 1 year, and now I'm having issues with the left knee. Is this a separate claim? Okay, so I'm not a doctor, Erica. It could be one of 2 things. It could either A, be a separate claim, or B, it could be a consequential injury, meaning that if you didn't have a problem with one knee, the other knee would be fine. So you got to talk to your doctor and find out which of those it is. If it's consequential, it'll be connected to the existing claim. If it's a new one, you'll just fill out a new claim. How do I make sure DOL stops missing documents? You got to let them know you have the DCN or ECN numbers and stop messing around. Let's see here. Looking for more questions. Okay, here we go. Oh, well, it's not a question, but it's Dr. Cooper. Let's see what he's got to say. If the supervisor says it isn't related, and that was 5 years ago, but after listening to Wednesday night chats with Chris and Gini, you realize it is related, you have 3 years from then to file. So what he's saying is on a CA2, you have 3 years from the date you knew it was work-related to file your injury. So, you still got time. Sorry about the coughing, folks. I took a COVID test today. It's not COVID. This is the second negative COVID test I've had to take in like a month from having a respiratory infection. And I'm not a smoker. What the heck? Okay, Jerry, so can you give a little tutorial one night on how to use eComp to pull up your current OWCP case to see all scanned documents in your case, etc.? Yeah, so actually I'd love to do that, but I will need somebody who's got an OWCP case to show me because, number one, I'm not a federal employee, and number two, I don't have a work injury as a federal employee, so I don't have an eComp account, and I can't make one. So it's hard for me to show it, but I can get with somebody, and I got with Ron Speakman when we were in Ohio, and he showed me some stuff. So I could probably get some screenshots and do it that way. Really good call, Jerry. I'll work on it, and I'll let you know when it's ready. Victor Sanchez, please talk to your unions and tell them to have Wednesday night chats with Chris and Gini. Go and get trained. Chris and Gini know everything about OWCP. No truer words have ever been stated, Victor. Thanks for that. Karen says, thank you and your team. I see Dr. Tasha Core and Temple Hills. Tim Vanderman and his team with Federal Injury Centers wrote the best medical narrative I've ever seen. Still waiting on approval, but just wanted to say thank you. Well, you're very welcome. I assume if it's the best one you've ever seen, it's probably good, and good narratives get accepted. Sonia asks, can the local OWCP specialist request third opinion, but DOL has your claim approved before and after their order for a second opinion? Let it be known, DOL has not sent a request. Okay. Can they do a third opinion? That's not in the rules, but it happens. There's one on my mind where that happened, and it still haunts me. They can do it. It doesn't mean they're not allowed to do it necessarily, but they will do it from time to time. And what they say is if you don't go to their doctor, they can shut off your claim. I don't like it. I'm going to find out what the answer to that is legally. All right. Lanaya, what if you have issues that they can't find? I had ligament tear in which they did surgery on in December. Now I have mobility strength, but I have pain, and they can't figure out why. They just scheduled me a new MRI, but was told the workers' comp doctor to send me back full-time and override my doctor if they see nothing. As of now, I can't stand or walk more than 2 hours without constant pain and almost always have tingling. So if their doctor gives you an adverse answer, you need to go back to your doctor and have them write a very, 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 very strong disability narrative explaining exactly what's going on with you, exactly why you cannot go to the doctor. I'm going to be creating a new form for you that you'll find at breakingowcp.com on the free forms page. And it's going to be a list of questions, and I'm going to need your help when I get there, that you can say yes or no to, essentially, fill in the blank questions. That'll be sort of a worksheet when you go to a second opinion doctor. One of the questions might be, how much time did the second opinion doctor spend in the room with me? And you'll say, 2 minutes. Did this doctor even touch me? Did the doctor look at me? Did the doctor read my reports? Did the doctor seem to know about my case? I don't know what all I'm going to put on there yet, but you need that because when these second opinion doctors give you adverse answers, you need something to do. And one thing you can do is take that form that you fill out to your doctor and have them write a narrative report. So do that. Well, you don't have the form yet, but have your doctor write that report. Angelina, my boss says I don't have an open case, but my doctor says my surgery for my hand was approved. I've never seen surgery approved on a case that's not approved and open, so that might be a clue. How is it that my doctor says my surgery for my hand was approved? How is that? So my boss says that I need my doctor to put me back full-time because my case is closed. Please call me. Yeah, I'll say. Angelina, send us a message with your phone number so that we can give you a phone call. We will do that. But my boss says I don't have an open case. My doctor says my surgery for my hand was approved. All right, we're going to go with your doctor, just so you know. We're going to go with the doctor. we're going to assume your boss doesn't know anything about your case and has no way to know if it's approved or not. And if your boss says you need to go back to work, but your doctor has a CA-17 keeping you off of work, we can give your boss directions on where to put that CA-17. Let's see. Tammy Wilkes. I tried getting them to do the CA-17 correctly last visit, and that's what led to the FCE. Okay, so an FCE, if it's done right, it can be the science behind your CA-17. It helps your doctor fill it out. But they still won't fill it out correctly. 2.5 hours I fought with him. He even agreed I'm at MMI, but he doesn't know how to do the paperwork. Tammy, let us know where you're located. Let me see if I can find somebody else to help you. This is why we franchise this company, so we can find doctors that all follow the same rules that we teach. Victor said he created an eComp account. It's easy. So that's right. It is easy to create. I need to show folks how to find their documents. Do I need to use my sick and annual leave to get paid? What will I do since still waiting for my papers? Okay, so Mary, if your case is not accepted, then sick and annual leave is a good way to go. You can get that back with leave buyback later. If it was a CA1 that you reported within 30 days, you had opportunity to get continuation of pay, which would have given you 45 days off calendar days. But for now, if your claim is not accepted, you use sick and annual leave. If it is accepted, then select LWOP in your CA7 and turn that in with the proper documentation. Tammy, you know what I was thinking of. They have done it. Third opinion after the second because they didn't like what the second doctor said. Yep. Tammy, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Hi, can it be sent 7.5 hours away for a second opinion? Michelle, that's not standard to send you 7.5 hours away for a second opinion. If they're going to send you that far for a second opinion, I suggest that you get an OWCP 957 and you have them pre-approve a flight and hotel and meals, because the OWCP 957 has a place on there for airfare, hotels, and meals. Get that stuff paid. If they're going to send you that far, don't do it on your dollar. Sonia says, I need more FLC booklets / flyers for the information of our local Forest Park location to pass out to my members. How can I get 100? Okay, Sonia, go talk to Dr. Cooper's office, and they'll help you out. I'm sure they've got extras for you. Let's see. Kimberly, Wise Kimberly. I'm not sure which one of those is your first name, but either way, it's great. Wise Kimberly or Kimberly Wise. Just want to say thank you and Tim and Marilyn for everything. My case for OWCP was approved first go around. So that's how it's supposed to be. You know, when we're teaching these doctors, we say, look, we don't do denied claims. That's for other doctors. Okay? If we want our folks to get denied claims, then they can go anywhere. But when they come here for the approved claims. Hey, look at here. It's Chris Alvarez, Dr. Alvarez from Thousand Oaks, California is on. Everyone say hello to Dr. Chris Alvarez. Fully trained, up and running, operational, and ready to get your claims accepted in Southern Cal. So if you are in the Thousand Oaks, Los Angeles County area, and that office makes sense to you, give him a call. His address and phone number is listed on the website. Dr. Alvarez is one of the most fired up doctors that we've got, and that's saying something. So we're really happy to have him there, and I'd like you, if you're in that area, to give him a call, because in California, you ought to be just sick and tired of your denied claims epidemic. Here's a good one from Sonia. NAPFE, I'm not sure what that stands for, but I like it already. Can help you if you're being harassed about your approved claim. Okay, well, I'm not sure what that is, but Sonia, if it helps folks, thanks for listing it. Judy, what if you have 2 cases and you've been off for one of them and the other one closed in the meantime? Well, the other one's closed. Just have your doctor write a narrative report explaining why it needs to be open, get treatment pre-authorized so you can get it restarted again. Maria Portal, I'm being bullied into having an FMLA packet filled out, and I have an open case. I'm going to stop right there. Let me tell you something, Maria. If you have an open case, the CA-17 is all you need. You don't have to waste your FMLA. You get paid on LWOP with your CA-7. The OIC used my sick leave instead of LWOP. File agreements. and also an EEO claim. Union says I should also get FMLA. Unions, when the claim is accepted, all they need is a CA-17 and then fill out a CA-7 for LWOP. That's it. You don't use and waste. Don't waste your FMLA. You have like 120 days a year. It's limited. Don't waste it. If the claim is accepted, then the only way someone should get paid is LWOP using a using a CA-7 after the doctor took them off of work. Oh, Maria. Crystal, I just got my MRI that I've been fighting for since September 21, and 4 doctors later still haven't. All right, so I hate that. That really sucks that that's happening to you, Crystal. But I want to explain that our doctors have relationships with the MRI facilities so that we can get MRIs the same day, and the MRIs or facilities won't charge you. They'll wait till your claim's accepted and get paid. That doesn't help you now because you've already been waiting since September of 21. But what I would encourage you to do is push your doctors to get the job done. Don't sit passively and hope for the best. Hope is not a strategy. What doctor did you see in Maryland? All right, so I'm going to let you all talk amongst each other as far as that goes. But if you're interested in our doctor's locations, you go to federalinjurycenters.com, Federal Injury Centers, like you see up there, .com, and check the locations tab, and you'll see all the states alphabetized and the cities listed under them. The supervisor told my coworker about my restrictions. Can they do that? Absolutely not. That's a violation of the Privacy Act, and I want you to file a grievance. National Alliance of Postal and Federal Employees. I like that, NAPFE. Yeah, hey, welcome, by the way. Welcome to the NAPFE, to Wednesday Night Chats. Appreciate you being here. I'm sure you've been here before, but for some reason I'm only seeing that in my head for the first time. When your 45-day COP runs out, what employees need to submit? CA-7 and 7A, right? Yeah, so when your claim is approved, you submit your CA-7 and 7A if you're not off continuously. If it's an intermittent on the clock, off the clock, then you use a 7A. And you attach your documentation and turn it in. That's so nice. She said, Wednesday night OWCP chats with Chris and Gini. I can't thank you all enough. Well, you're very welcome. Believe me, you've thanked us enough. We're glad you're here, and I'm glad it's working. My doctors want to write a narrative report at all. Oh, won't write a narrative report at all. Both doctors think this is why my case is closed. Yeah, you think? I tried calling and can't get through. Can't get anyone to call back. All right, well, I'm not sure where you're located, but our doctors will write a narrative report if you still need help. FederalInjuryCenters.com, click the Locations tab. Let's see. All right, I'm down to the end of the questions again. I'm waiting on your questions. Whatever you got, keep them coming. For the next 22 minutes, I'm going to sit here and answer your questions. If you were in Jacksonville and you saw us teach, hit the heart button and let me know you're here. And if you were in Jacksonville and you saw us teach and you're not watching us now, there's a few. Okay, that's good. Let me tell all, there they are. Okay, thank you for being here. So look, all of you, this is going to be my chance while there's still questions waiting to come in. I want you all to tell somebody. Every time I'm live in person, I tell folks, listen, I'm only helping you because you're listening. What about your friends who aren't? So I'd love you to go and just tell somebody tomorrow. I mean, tell a handful of people how much you enjoyed Wednesday night OWCP chats last night, and how entertaining it was, because it's awesome, right? And just do the best you can at telling them that stuff. Get people here because they need this help. So many times, and you've all heard it because you follow us. Somebody will come on here and say, I wish I would have known about you 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Well, me too. I wish that too. But I'm only able to reach the people I can reach. You can reach everyone else, so please share, do your part. My books are, I'm looking at them, I have pictures on the wall. You're not alone, and we're all in this together. That was on purpose. It's a message to you that don't let other people be alone, because we are all in it together. You come to this page, and people are helping each other. It's not just me doing all the work. And, that's a really nice thing that, we've got this community of people that are going to be there to help you out when you have OWCP problems. So tell your friends, go tell your coworkers, and like I always say, tell your coworkers who are your friends. I'm hoping you got at least one. And if you do and you let people know that we're here, then we can help more people, and you will be the one that's getting pat on the back because you did the help. All right, let's see. What does it mean when they send a letter saying they're suspending its adjudication and administratively closing my case? Okay, so there's got to be somewhere in the letter, D, that says specifically we're doing this because. You need to take that to your doctor and have your doctor write a narrative report addressing that issue. If you want me to look at it, you can scan and email the letter to Chris, C-H-R-I-S, at federalinjurycenters.com, and I'm happy to take a look. Maria Portal, where's Jeannie today? She's sitting upstairs on the sofa, not feeling good at all, so she's got the night off. Sandra Fulmore said, for locating your documents on eComp, there are tabs for forms, case history, letters, case imaging. Go to case imaging and you can download and view all your documents. So that's like the complete case file. Sandra, thanks for that. Everybody should copy and paste that someplace that you won't forget, because that is the step-by-step instructions on how to get to your complete case file. Everything you need is going to be there. Great work, Sandra. I really appreciate you putting that on there. That's just, it's like one of those things I can't do because I'm not you, but you can, so thanks for the help. Molly, if you're injured on the job, do you have file light duty assignment? I've filed CA-17 and just waiting, but I keep being told I have to do light duty assignment. Is this true? Okay, Molly, when your case is accepted and they offer you a limited duty assignment, if it matches your CA-17 restrictions, you have to accept it. If you don't accept it, they can do bad things to you. Your case can be closed. Bad things are going to happen. So accept your limited duty assignments that match your CA-17. They're supposed to give you time to review that with your doctor, so make sure your doctor says, yeah, this is good. And when the doctor says, yeah, it's good, go for it. But don't refuse it if the doctor says you can do it. Looking for more questions? Judy, I've helped 2 people and passed your info along, and they were so thankful. Thank you, Judy. I really appreciate the help. When you help me help them, that's huge, so thank you so much. Get magnets made. We can all put them in our offices in the break room. Val, right about now, Jeannie is upstairs saying, I told you so. She always tells me to get magnets. Tanya Ferry, what's up? We're going to be in Vegas. Got my 3rd book, and it was an awesome read. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tanya. I appreciate you getting the book, and I hope you enjoyed the pictures. This is a little more illustrative than the other 2 books. Let's see. Kimberly said she ordered the 3rd book, but it won't download. Okay, Kimberly. So I was addressing this. It's because there's and don't feel bad. This happens to too many people, actually. I'm going to have to talk to my web guy about fixing it. But once you've hit the download button, there's one more button that says download the book. You got to click the one more button. If you're still having trouble with this, Kimberly, I want you to email me at chris@federalinjurycenters.com, and I'll email the book to you. You won't go past tomorrow. I'll make sure you have it in your inbox. Chris@federalinjurycenters.com. CHRIS. How long does OWCP have to pay your mileage? I submitted mine on the 11th of May, and they got accepted the 13th. I mean, that sounds like they're going to, like you're saying they notified you they accepted your mileage. I mean, I guess I would keep a lookout for the check, but probably within the next couple of weeks. If I read that wrong, let me know. Richard again said, for my shoulder neck case, my doctor put in for me to get PT, but OWCP denied it due to evidence not sufficient to authorize, which happens. So the doctor's got to tell them why it's medically necessary for you to get therapy. It sounds silly. You've got this neck problem and they want to do therapy, but OWCP still wants a letter of medical necessity. We have to upload those all the time. I've notified my OWCP doctor in Florida, but have not heard from him yet. He's passed the 30 days to submit new evidence. Is it not part of Federal Injury Centers? Will the doctor in Norwood be able to resubmit even though OWCP gave 30 days? Yes, absolutely. We will be able to resubmit it. There's no time we can't get medically necessary therapy approved. Wayne says, can you have more than one schedule award for the same injury? So technically you're getting one schedule award, but if later on it gets worse, they can modify the award. Tabitha, how do we get a paycheck if COP is done and the case is still under development? Sick and annual leave. I know that's awful. Or maybe your union can work with your supervisors to allow you to get to work on a limited ability or limited capacity so you can clock in. The surest way to get paid is to clock in. What if it matches the CA-17 but not the FCE? The FCE should match the CA-17. That's its whole purpose. Yes, Victor, I'm aware light duty and limited duty are two different things. But in OWCP, we're dealing with limited duty, so I just assumed that's what she meant. And Molly, they're different things. Amy said, yes, you've helped someone I sent to you. Major relief and help for her. Thank you, Amy, for letting me help your friend out. I really appreciate that. Will DOL cover tour travel expenses if you use a private transportation such as Lyft or Uber? Yes. I recommend calling your claims examiner, though, in advance and getting pre-authorization. In other words, get your claims examiner in advance to say yes. HR tells claims examiner work is available for me via eComp. At management investigation meeting, supervisor says no work available. What can be done? HM Rosa, I want you to write a letter yourself and say, I don't care what the supervisor told you. They just told me no. And then you can be off of work and get paid. And see if you can get your supervisor to put in writing there's no work available. And your union should be able to help you with that. Tonya did enjoy the pictures. Page 16 and 17 brought tears to my eyes. So I haven't memorized the book. I wrote it. I wrote the book. Don't know what page 16 and 17 is, but rest assured, I'm going to go look. Let's see. Judy, it takes 2 weeks to get your travel. Okay, that's what I thought. But what if your supervisor tells you you can't do light duty unless it's under work comp? Well, they're going to do that all the time. They're going to say, if your claim is not accepted, we don't have to give you this. This is where your union's got to be strong and come in and fight for you. I don't have a good solution for you other than that. Let's see. If you get in an LLV accident at work, why is DOL requiring you to sue the person who hit you? Tanika, that's such a great question. That's like the money question of the night. So there's a I think it's like box 30 on the CA1 that says, was this due to third party? Was this a third party injury? That means that someone else hit you. And so you have to treat your personal injury on the job like a work comp claim. But don't call a personal injury lawyer. Don't look at the lawyer on the billboard because they don't know OWCP. They're going to screw your case up. You need to call a federal lawyer. We recommend Eric Blowers, Blowers. And Gini can post his name and contact information at the bottom, so she'll pin it here. But you definitely need to contact a federal lawyer because DOL can cut off your case if you don't. But hey, the upside to you is that you get at least 20% of the settlement when it goes through OWCP with your federal lawyer. So don't fight this. Just do it. It's good for you. And it guarantees you have lifetime medical benefits because you don't treat it like a PI injury. Molly, I was injured on the job, but my postmaster says I have to do light duty, not limited. Molly, all I can tell you is you've got to get your union involved and have them step up because what's happening to you is happening to a lot of people. Denise, I've been denied CA2 psych. Are you able to help with such case? Denise, we help with those all the time. Sorry, just looking for the next question. Alicia, I'm currently going through the process of work comp. I have short and long-term disability insurance. Okay, that's good. My postmaster refuses to sign my papers that he needs to. I've been out since December. I really need my money. Okay, Alicia and everyone else, file a grievance, file a grievance, file a grievance, file a grievance. File a grievance. When I was at APWU this last weekend, I was pleasantly surprised the enthusiastic hands that came up when I said, raise your hands if you like to file a grievance. APWU is just like crushing it, all right? File a grievance. You got to file a grievance. And also, you need to file an EEO claim because you are definitely not being treated fair. And let's see what happens there. And can I draw my SL term? Oh, short-term disability if I do get approved for work comp. You know, I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to direct you to somebody else that's watching here. That's not necessarily a work comp question. And truthfully, I've never even been asked, but I'm interested in what the answer is. Wanda Oliver said, how or when can I receive a schedule award? I have 2 OWCP DOL approved injuries. Okay, Wanda. First of all, your claim has to be accepted. And they are. You said you have 2. Second, they've got to be injuries that are rateable. The spine is not rateable, but if it causes problems into your limbs, those are rateable. Lots of injuries are, just the spine's not. So once your rateable claim is accepted, then your doctor's got to say you're at maximum medical improvement, MMI. You're as good as you're ever going to get. At which point, a doctor, maybe not that one because he may not be trained, or she, will have to do a impairment rating based on the 6th addition to permanent impairment. If they do the 5th edition, it'll be denied for sure. And then that impairment rating is attached to a CA7. You will elect letter D, schedule award, and turn that in. My claim date was 5/20/20. I got approved in 10/21 after being disapproved 3 times. Okay, that's good. You got approved. That you got denied 3 times sucks. Sorry for that. I need help doing the CA7s for back pay. I sent my info to the MBA office approximately 2 months ago. I call for updates, leave voicemails, but no one will call me back. Is there someone who I can contact to do the past CA7s and Dr. Bill's money and guide me how to do it? Shavonda, you are in luck. Send us a message on the messenger here and somebody will call you and help you. We are more than happy to help you. Just incidentally, on our website, federalinjurycenters.com, there's a videos tab all the way to the right at the top. You can check it out. It is everything on how to fill out a CA7. That will probably help as well. H.M. Rosa, I've written statements and the union has as well. Of course, supervisor won't give me anything in writing, but still in a vicious hamster attending monthly meetings, no pay, no job, no progress. Have you filed no grievances? That needs to happen. And then I want you to write a personal statement and have your union rep write a personal statement as well on your behalf and turn that in with your CA7s. Okay, the question is, how difficult is it to get claims approved for anxiety or mental distress? It really depends on the situation, but I'll tell you that all legitimate claims that are timely filed, meaning within 3 years, should be approved. So I wouldn't concern myself with how difficult it is. What I would concern myself is, A, is it legitimate? And nobody's saying it's not, okay? I'm walking you to the finish line here. And B, is it timely filed within 3 years? If you say yes to both of those, it doesn't matter how difficult it is, because never stop fighting. Never, ever, ever stop fighting. Melinda said, my question is, I'm waiting for my oral hearing. My physician forgot to include the short narrative, so workers' comp was denied. Thanks, Doc. I included it for my hearing. Should I get a physician through Federal Injury Centers now to make sure my workers' comp gets approved? So, Melinda, you have to understand that you see the logo above my head. I'm clearly biased, but I'm more biased to you than I am to me. And I want you to do what you feel like is in your best interest. So if you feel like your best interest is served by going to a Federal Injury Centers doctor, then all you need to do is go to the locations tab at my website and find one that makes sense for you. If you find one and you call, they'll help you. Looking for questions. Excuse the silence. Talk amongst yourselves. I can give you a topic. It's OWCP. Check it out. So Dr. Cooper, please call Eric Blowers. I have 4 patients that called a random federal attorney that charged them monthly to represent. One even told the patient they didn't handle PI and got the other attorney for the accident that charged her while he charged her for the federal claim. She's paid over $4,000 when she should have paid nothing. Eric Blowers, ErikBlowers. Been waiting almost a year for my case expansion decision. Jennifer, you got to call your claims examiner and ask what the heck is going on. But first, before you do that, check your case file, check the letters from DOL and your e-comp, and see if there's a letter there that denied you or approved. D. Barnes, I received a schedule award in 2016 For a few months now, that area has been bothering me again. What do I need to do to get the DOL to reopen this case? Well, D, all you got to do is go to the doctor, hopefully an OWCP trained doctor, and tell him that you're having problems. And is it the same injury or is it something new? If it's the same one, you'll have to fill out a CA2A, notice of recurrence. If it's something new, you'll have to fill out a CA1 or CA2, depending on how it happened. But the only way to know what's up for sure is to go to your doctor and find out. Jennifer, been waiting almost 1 year for case expansion. Would it be wise to just submit a new CA2 case at this point? No, ma'am. It is not wise to submit a new CA2 if the correct form is, or the correct thing to do is diagnosis expansion. Always do the correct thing or the most true thing, right? The better thing to do is to find out why you've waited almost a year. And I recommend start by looking at your case file and see if there's any letters in there from the Department of Labor from your claims examiner explaining something to you that you didn't know already. You guys are doing a really good job, and ladies, talking to each other. I really appreciate you communicating with one another and helping each other out. That is so valuable. You know, I'm pretty good with this OWCP stuff, but you all are fast. Phyllis said, I applied for medical disability, but doctor only allowed me to work 3 days a week. Can I do this? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're able to work 3 days a week, go ahead. But I don't know how you can be on disability if you're able to work at all. So, but again, I'm not a doctor. But you ask, can I do this? And the answer is, yeah, you can. But I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around, Phyllis, how you can be on disability and able to work at the same time. I'm not sure how that works. Alicia said, can a postmaster request documentation while you're out on FMLA? He has asked a friend he can only pay her with documentation. Okay, so can a postmaster request documentation while you're out on FMLA? So FMLA is another part of law outside of FICA, and I used to be in management in a doctor's office for like 20 years. I'm trying to think. But I think the supervisor, in this case the postmaster, can request updates. And in any case, I wouldn't argue with that. I'd go ahead and just for peace, just to keep the peace, I'd go ahead and give the postmaster what they want. Look, you got enough problems. You don't need to start problems that don't need to be there, is all I'm saying. Marty. We're looking at adding a new clinic halfway. Okay, this is actually Joe. Everyone say hi to Joe. Marty Perez Giampa is actually Joe, my partner. But he uses his wife's Facebook account because he doesn't want to get his own. So Joe says, we're looking at adding a new clinic halfway between San Francisco and Santa Rosa. Are there federal workers who would be interested in this region? If you would be interested in the area between Santa Rosa and San Francisco, California, please hit a bunch of like buttons. Don't hit it if you don't live in that area. That's not that helpful. But if you are in that area, hit the like button and let us know. Well, there we go. There's a few of them on here, Joe. Maria Portal, I received travel time but need help submitting the OWCP info for payment. Maria, we will obviously be happy to help. Give us a call or give us your phone number through Messenger and somebody will call you and walk you through it. It's been about 4 years since my SA for bilateral shoulder impairment. My doctor gave me 20% impairment for my left shoulder. Oh, SA schedule award, sorry. The second opinion doctor said I have no issues with my left shoulder. Not sure how he came up with that since he didn't even examine my left shoulder, only my right. Would I be able to submit more documentation stating my left shoulder is still not good? Absolutely, Richard, but your doctor's going to have to do that. That has to come from a qualified physician, which is an MD or a DO. Sorry, just looking for a question. Victor, an employee got injured on the job. Employee did the right thing, filed the proper CA forms. Management did an investigative interview with the employee and union. Employee received a letter of warning. Union filed a grievance, and we won. Congratulations. That's what I'm talking about. APW loves those grievances, and they're winning. Now, after the grievance settlement, management violated employee restrictions. Union filed a second grievance, and management failed to meet with union, and now grievance is on arbitration. And I'm guessing you're going to win that one too. Keep it up, Victor. Keep fighting. Never, ever quit. So Sonia said, always remember, a CA7 must always have a 7A attached as well to get paid. Okay, so always, if the time is intermittent, Sonia, if your time is off completely the entire time in the CA7, you don't need a 7A. But if you worked even 1 hour during that period of time, you'll need a 7A. Why would they accept a case but leave your CA7 develop? The case examiner said they're waiting until my C-Comp appointment. He said if everything goes smoothly, they can expand my diagnosis and get me paid. I'm so confused. Why? The reason why is your doctor needs to write a disability narrative explaining medically why you have to be off of work. You'll attach that to your CA7 along with the CA17, a CA20, and printouts of your doctor's appointments, and that will open you up to get paid. You are not going to get paid just because your doctor took you off of work. The doctor will have to take you off of work and write a letter of medical necessity or a disability narrative explaining why that you had to be off of work. HR states I have to continue to work until approval or up to 1 year. Okay, so that's not exactly true. You don't have to work if medically, physically, you can't work. Your union's going to have to back you up, Phyllis. Now, that doesn't mean that your agency can't try to penalize you, but they can't make you work if it's not safe. I mean, call OSHA, 1-800-321-OSHA, and ask them if it's a safety violation for management to make you work if you physically cannot work and the doctor said so. Wow, you guys are doing such a good job talking to each other. Thank you for doing that. Susan Walker, words to live by, never give up. That's exactly right. Okay, so look, we've made it to the end of the hour. If any other questions come in, we will, as always, answer them, but we'll answer them by comment, so check your comments on Facebook. I really appreciate all your patience having me read the questions and answer them to you because I know that that was slow and boring for you. But I appreciate you being here, and thank you all for talking with each other and communicating and helping each other out. That's so incredibly valuable. Again, I hope that in the effort of helping each other out that you also share this with your friends. Let them know that I'm here teaching this stuff every single week. I'm sick tonight and I'm still doing it. Very rarely will I take the night off unless we just have to. Tonight I didn't have to, although I didn't feel good. So let people know that I'm here, that on regular nights you'll see Gini too and you'll be well entertained. Tonight it wasn't that entertaining. And my mother-in-law is going to tell me that I didn't smile, so there, I smiled. That's probably all you're going to get out of me because I think OWCP is serious business. Your lives are getting crushed and that's not okay. OWCP tries to break you. And that's not okay. That's why I wrote the books, Breaking OWCP. It's not because of the show Breaking Bad. I haven't seen it. Admittedly, I did try, but far after I wrote the books, and I just couldn't get through it. I can't watch a loser guy make his life spiral out of control. I struggle with it. Anyways, back on topic. I wrote Breaking OWCP because that's what we have to do to it. When I was in Texas, we did Texas Workers' Comp, and we did more Texas Workers' Comp than every doctor in Texas combined, which shouldn't surprise you if you know me. And through our efforts, Texas legislator had to change the law in Texas. And to this day, I'll tell you, Texas law changed for work comp because of me. And so I intend to break this system too. Either that or it can just get in line and help you. But these books are meant for you to help yourself. Because in the end, nobody cares more about you than you do. The only thing you need is information. And so, here we are. Every Wednesday night we're doing this. And you're getting the information. Not just from me, but from this group of people that are here helping each other. And, you should be the next person in here helping. And bring your friends in so they get the help too. But get my books, and I want you to put them in my pocket. Yes, I've got paper copies for you, except for book 1. I don't have it anymore. Maybe I'll print it in the future, but it's got all the rules, laws, and regulations. And so I'm really trying to push you to get the PDF of it so it's in your pocket. The chapter on rules, laws, and regulations can be the make or break chapter in an OWCP claim. So you got to have it. So download the books at breakingowcp.com. Download them to your phone. If you accidentally, it's okay, not even accident. If you download them to your computer, email them to yourself and open them on your phone and then save it to your phone. All right, but you need these books on your phone. If you think about the things you waste money on in a day, in a week, you could probably find the $15 or $17 it takes to get the PDF of all 3 books in your pocket. It's incredibly, incredibly important that you have it. I wrote those for you. They're not doing me any good setting, in my hard drive. So they need to get to you. So do that. Tell your friends about it, and bring all your friends back here to Wednesday night OWCP chats next Wednesday night, where hopefully I'll be well and Gini will be well, and we'll both be here with you. We're here for you. And by the way, I want to reiterate how much I'm grateful for APWU. You guys deserve a massive, giant American pat on the back. Okay. Nobody is going further to help and support their members than APWU is right now. So that's not a knock on the other unions, but I'd be remiss if I didn't tell APWU how sincerely grateful I am that you trust me to teach your members. So thanks for that. All right, so wish us luck on the next couple of weeks. We will be out doctor hunting, and I only allow the best doctors in, and the ones that come in that I found out later aren't the best, they don't get to stay for very long, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to get them in. We're going to get them trained. We've got like 5 or 6 right now that are in training that are not listed on the website. Once their training is complete, they'll be listed. So keep checking back to the locations tab to find new doctors near you. But right now, we've got doctors in like 23, 24, 25 states. So go check it out. If you're in Florida, as I just said in Jacksonville, if you're in Florida and you go to a doctor to get your claim denied, you went to the wrong place. No excuses in Florida. No Florida federal employee should ever get a denied claim again. And look, that doesn't mean that our claims don't get denied from time to time, because it happens. Sometimes the claim examiners forget to read our narratives. But we know what to do. We always put the reconsideration in. We go through the effort to write the reconsideration narratives and get your claim accepted. We never, ever, ever quit. We never stop fighting. If you give up, that's the only way this thing ends. We never, ever quit. So if you're in Florida, there's no reason to have your claim denied, period. And the same goes for all the areas of the country where we have offices, because our doctors are warriors. We fight and we fight and we fight, and we're fearless at it. That's our thing. Deny claims are for other doctors. We don't do it. So check us out, federalinjurycenters.com. Get the books, put them in your pocket at breakingowcp.com, and get back here next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where everyone's favorite Genie will be back with us, God willing. So thanks for being here. Thanks for all your questions and all the support everyone gave, and I'll see you next week. Have a good night.